Welcome back to another episode from Prem Pods. Today we'll be looking at game week 18, seeing if we can get our guesses right, and we'll go from there, mate. What is the first game?
Palace versus Brighton, first fixture.
What's your thoughts, mate?
Interesting one on the Thursday. Sorry, this game is on 8 o'clock. I've gone with the most recent results. I'm just sticking with what has happened like the last 4 or 5 times, which is 1-1.
I've just gone based off recent form, and I've gone for the exact same.
Yeah,
which is 1-1.
because there's a lot of them, and even before that, there's quite a few 1-1s, more than any other scoreline. And yeah, Palace getting a good result away at City. Brighton obviously losing to yourselves away. It's just how they deal with that, I suppose, and how they handle Palace.
No, I think it's definitely looking like a draw for me.
Yeah,
I have to agree with you on that one, mate. Same scoreline for both of us.
Yeah, 6 in the head-to-head, 6 for Palace, 8 draws, 5 for Brighton. So it could easily go Brighton. Yeah. 6-8-6.
But Brighton haven't been playing so well, so
exactly.
Thinking
Palace should take a lot of confidence from nicking a point away at City.
Definitely.
Nothing, being 2-0 down, coming away with a point.
Mm-hmm.
Normally teams fall over and just 3, 4, 5 sometimes.
Bad,
yeah. But yeah, well done to Palace. But yeah, 1-1. I don't think anything else. I don't know. It could obviously be just a battering for either team and surprise us, but that's a frequent scoreline with these two. So 1-1. Villa against Sheffield United.
Villa against Sheffield United. I think Villa are going to smash them, mate.
Yeah, I've gone similar.
Not loads and loads of goals, but I think Villa should definitely have enough to beat them. 3-1 to Villa at home. I'm going for.
Yeah, I went with 1 more. I've gone with 4-1. Still think Sheffield United can nick one, maybe even more than one, especially if Villa are kind of just playing that expansive football. They can get caught out, but they can kind of dispatch them, maybe 4-2 or something like that. But Villa sitting third in the table. They're flying, mate. Home form especially is better than anything.
Yeah, that's very true.
8 wins at home. They've got better than anyone else at home. 25 goals scored, 5 conceded.
That's very decent.
In 8 games. So, I mean, they could easily see that go up to 30 goals.
That's a fortress there, mate.
Which would be, pretty impressive. But yeah, domination, I think, from Villa.
Same.
Should be.
Same.
Back at home. And winning again, I assume, to be honest with you.
I reckon, mate.
But we shall see anyway. Next game is West Ham against Man United.
West Ham. Hammers.
I went with 2-1 for this one.
2.
To West Ham. I think the Hammers can nick a result. We've always said they're a weird team and they can get good results one week and then shit the bed the next week. But
very true.
United are just the same. They got their first draw of the season against us the last time out. But I think this is a win or loss game for Man United. I can't see a draw really in this one. Maybe United go ahead, similar to Spurs did, and then West Ham just turn the game around. What do you reckon?
2-0 to the Hammers, mate. I think Man United not going to score against them.
No.
Don't like coming to London, mate. They get battered when they come down here now. They used to be good.
It's true.
They get sat on their floor and sent to the shops. That's what happens to them when they come to London.
We'll see. I don't know, but they're a strange team in it, so they could always turn up on random days and get good results out of nowhere. But performance-wise, they've just been poor in it, and so.
No, Moisey's beating them.
Moisey's
beating them.
Showing them who's the better manager.
Yeah, Moisey's beating them. 100% Moisey's beating them. He's not letting his players not win that game.
Yeah, that is the 12:30 as well on Saturday, so that could be
Saturday.
That is
There's Saturday. I thought that was only Thursday. I thought these were all.
Yeah, this is So the first game we said Palace Brighton. That's Thursday, 8 o'clock. Villa Sheffield United is Friday, 8 o'clock. West Ham United is 12:30 on the Saturday.
12:30 Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, they need to catch up, and there's loads of games. They've got Boxing Day games as well. Yeah, there's a hectic schedule coming up next couple of weeks for these players. So a lot can change up in the table, all over the table. To be honest with you, a lot can change.
Yeah, I'm like now you'd kind of back before it gets to like January, February. You would back like some of the teams lower down the table to beat some of the up there teams. Just because of squad changes and injuries and stuff.
I mean, some of the smaller teams as well do have smaller squads, and if they have to rotate, then it's even more of a drop off than what the bigger teams would see. So it works for both teams really. It just depends on as well if you're adding injuries into rotation.
Hopefully you haven't got red cards as well.
Well, exactly, suspensions as well. A few players out being a bit clever and getting yellows so that they're out for this week and maybe they're back after Boxing Day or for Boxing Day fixtures.
It's true.
You might see a lot of that this week as well, so that they're out. For
anyone
Boxing
on
Day.
4 back
Anyone on
to
4
get a card.
You could see them getting a yellow so that they're out for Boxing Day. But yeah, West Ham against United.
Yeah,
We've both gone for the Hammers.
Hopefully they do it.
Let's see it, man. Let's see. Hopefully. Spurs against Everton is the next one. Spurs at home against Everton. What have you gone for?
I have gone for a crazy scoreline.
Yep.
Because it always tends to kick off now. That's like Spurs that involved.
Yep.
I have gone for Spurs to edge it at home 3-2. Because I think Everton are like dangerous in the box, innit? And they cause problems with goalkeepers and
even with their low possession, they're still finding goals.
There's good set pieces, isn't it? They just get up there and just like crowd that box out. So I definitely think they can cause Tottenham problems. But yeah, I think Tottenham should still kind of edge it. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 3-1, 4-1, but 3-2 Spurs.
I've gone with 2-0 Spurs. I think, like you're saying, they've been in a lot of kind of high-scoring games as well. And then recently, they've started to slow down a bit with the goals in their games. Apart from, obviously, who was the last one? Newcastle. Apart from that game, obviously. But their history, it's been massively Tottenham wins or it's a draw. And Spurs need to have one of these games where they go 1-0 up in the first half and then they see the game out. You know, they need to have one of them performances, and I think it's a good chance to do it against Everton. But as we know, I'm not the greatest to call Everton's games. They always turn up when I bet against them and whatever else. So yeah, but I've gone with 2-0.
They should definitely beat Everton, but yeah, Everton are not easy.
They've got some good results recently.
Yeah, they're showing us like
their form is very good.
Good now.
If you see, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the last 5 wins in the last 6 games.
That's very good.
Yeah, rarely drawing, rarely losing, and in this busy period as well. This is why, like I say, you can jump yourself up the table quickly. Because loads of teams are kind of their form is a bit all over the place. Where Everton have got 4 wins in the last 5.
It's true.
So
fair play, mate. They're climbing up. They're climbing out.
I wouldn't mind seeing Everton beat Spurs, just to put it out there as well.
I wouldn't.
Coming down to London and spoil the party.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't mind it. But moving on, Forest against Bournemouth. Forest at home.
Forest against
at the City Ground. This is I'd take Bournemouth, but I wouldn't be surprised in a Forest win or I wouldn't be surprised with any result, to be honest, because Bournemouth have shown that they have been better than the teams that are supposed to be around them.
Yeah.
But
they definitely
Forest's form is so hit and miss that you just think one of these games they're gonna just nick a decent win. Proper good performance, and actually get a result. Yeah,
it's true.
I'm going with 2-1 Forest.
2-1 to Forest.
Yeah.
I have gone for 1-1, simply because I just don't think there's going to be loads of goals in the game, mate. Honestly, it could be 0-0.
Yeah.
But I've gone for 1-1.
Yeah. I could see Bournemouth smashing them as well.
Same, but I just don't know why.
With kind of a random one because it can go either way for me with this one. So Forest win at home. They need it. They do need it.
They do
badly need it. So we'll see. Man City Brentford games postponed.
Yes.
Man City are at the Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that kind of just, I don't know. It adds to the games that they have to play. This is another thing.
That's what I mean.
Winning the Champions League and stuff like that, and
to play more games.
Playing loads of games. They're still in the Champions League.
Yep.
Are they out of the Carling Cup? I think they might be out of the Carling Cup.
I can't remember. They might be out.
They might be out. Obviously, still got FA Cup to come as well. So it's a busy year, man. Busy, and they're gonna have to find a way to squeeze these games in that they're missing.
Yeah.
Because this is a busy period already. So yeah, we'll see how they react and how they manage to squeeze them other games in throughout the season.
To play.
Exactly, and if they're in, like we're saying, if they get to they're already in the later stages of the Champions League, if they keep going, again, more and more games, Be hard to see City winning the Premier this year, depending on where they get to in Champions League and FA Cup and
Just
whatever.
depends how well everyone else does, really.
Yeah, exactly.
If we open up a big enough of a gap like Liverpool, Arsenal, even Villa.
Yeah.
If you open up a big enough gap, then you can't catch you, innit?
That's the thing. It's an interesting one. We'll see how that plays out anyway. I think City will probably win that Club World Cup and add another trophy to their cabinet.
More
I
games.
think they're obviously massively expected to. But yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to him. Luton against Newcastle.
Luton against Newcastle.
I've already seen your result here. Which is you're heavily going with the Newcastle poor away form, innit?
Horrible. They're horrible away, and I just think Eddie Howe has now come out this week and said there's no Christmas party this year.
Oh no,
because it's too busy.
Yep.
So the players are not going to be they're not going to be active, but they're going to be annoyed. They're going to be annoyed. What's going to have to happen is they're not going to have a Christmas party, and they're going to have a crazy New Year's one.
Well, yeah.
And then let's see what happens the rest of January.
They're out of the Champions League now as well, isn't it? So Newcastle can proper dial back in on the Premier League. I think they're out of Europe completely.
Yeah, they finished last in their group, didn't they?
So they're not even in Europa League.
No.
So I think it's a blessing in disguise.
It is 100%, but Newcastle
they're
I don't know, man. I just don't think they're going to win this game. I've gone for Luton 2-1.
I'm going to go with the opposite. I'm still going to say it is going to be a tight game, and it will look like Newcastle will probably make it harder than it should be. Well, that could be Luton making it harder than it supposedly should be. But they've got to sort out this away form if they're going to really be serious about Champions League again this year.
True.
I'm going with 2-1, just the opposite result for you.
2-1 to Newcastle.
Yeah.
They're actually going to get some points away.
They need to, man. They need to. Otherwise, you can't just rely on your home form and expect to get Champions League. You can do that and get mid-table to Europa League, but not top four. You need to be beating teams away, especially teams like Luton and stuff. They're putting in some poor performances away, so they need to up it, mate.
Do it, mate.
Oh, we shall see. I wouldn't mind that again either. Luton need some wins. Hopefully they can take points off Newcastle, man. We'll see. Fulham, Burnley. Burnley come to Craven Cottage. You tell me, mate. You kick it off.
Burnley have not really even been the best at home. This game is away to Luton.
Yep.
Don't really have good away form either. So I can't really see where they're scoring goals from against Fulham. And Fulham at home and recently have scored loads of goals.
Smashing. Yeah.
So I can only see Fulham beating them by a decent margin. Yeah. I have gone 3-0 to Fulham.
That was going to be my initial one, what I thought, 3-0. But I'm just going to add a Burnley goal in there, just to be different.
Fair play. Fulham are way more free flowing. It's going to cause Burnley problems.
Yeah, they've been scoring a lot of goals. They seem to be starting to click together now, Fulham. But yeah, they've had a couple of difficult games last time's out. But again, this should be back on track, especially at home.
Should be.
So yeah, 3-1, just to be a bit different from you.
Fair play.
Big game, massive game, biggest game of the game week.
Massive game.
Liverpool against Arsenal
at
Anfield.
Yep.
Sunday,
I think it is Sunday.
Well, do you want to start?
I think it is Sunday. I have gone for a decent
it's Saturday 5:30.
Saturday.
My mistake. Saturday 5:30.
Saturday 5:30.
That's a decent time to come up to Anfield. You'd be what time? You
buzzing, mate.
You might be up there from
the daytime, mate. Get up from the daytime.
Yeah.
But I just think Liverpool not scoring at home against United is a bit wild. So I think they're gonna have to score this week. 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But I just think this is one of those games where, again, it's gonna be high scoring at Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't win at Anfield. So we always talk about zeros turning into ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surely it's got to happen. We haven't beat you at Anfield in Premier League since 2012. It's just not making sense.
Yeah. Well.
It's stupid. And if we want to win the league, we have to start beating teams at their like big grounds.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We have to win at Etihad. We have to win at Anfield. Got to win at OT. So I have gone for a crazy scoreline.
Mm-hmm.
I was close to actually going 4-3 because that's happened before, even 5-5. But I've gone for Arsenal to beat Liverpool 3-2 at Anfield, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I've gone for.
I mean, if we perform like we did against United, then we're bang in trouble. But then
You won't, though.
Arsenal have
You won't.
exactly. There's that, and Arsenal have had some similar performances
Oh, horrible.
in games where it's just like a team has just sat back
Yeah.
and kind of been willing to just wait for you to try and open them up, and just for whatever reason not able to.
Can't be bothered.
And then the other team going up and having probably more clear-cut chances than you after dominating possession for the whole game and looking the most likely to score.
Yep.
Yet they've had more clear-cut chances.
So what happens, mate?
That's what I'm saying. And if you're in, if Arsenal are in their positions, I mean, Jesus, I'm not too worried about. He can score goals, of course, but he is a bit hit and miss. But if you're seeing Martinelli and Saka in them positions that like Holland had at one point, that's probably a goal. And in that game, it could have been easily 1-0 United. And can you imagine if that happened after all the talk before the game, well, we should have battered them and whatever else, and we lose 1-0 because they've taken a
clinical,
chance.
isn't it? Yeah. If he was clinical, yeah, exactly.
Which is what I think you possibly could be. But I'm going to go 2-2 anyway.
2-2. Decent.
It happened last year.
It did happen last
It's always live in this kind of game, to be honest with you. Sometimes one team just doesn't manage to dominate enough. Like it can be a back and forth game.
Yeah,
but one team just doesn't have that little bit extra that can win the game.
I get what you mean.
And sometimes you see in these games, sometimes like teams are kind of happy to come out with that.
Yeah,
Seems
point.
like at a
Just
point,
like,
it's like I'm at 88 minutes. It's already 2-2. We're probably both happy with this result.
Yeah.
In a way, you'd want to win, of course, but then trying to win and then losing to someone who's close is kind of like. Ugh.
It would be worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather. I would honestly. Even like you saying that though, I'd honestly lose going for the. I'd rather lose going for the win though.
I hear that.
Because I want to beat you at Anfield, innit?
Yeah,
We have to do it, but it's just that pitch, man. It's like our players can't deal with it. I get so worried when we play on that pitch. It's small. Yeah, it's something happens to them, and the pitch, like the fans are so close. Like the fans are alright, decent, like kind of length away at the Emirates, innit? But Liverpool at the sides, they're basically there, innit? Like they're right next to the advertising boards.
Yeah.
And the pitch feels tighter as well than the Emirates. It feels like there's not as much space between the box and the edge of the pitch. So, and that's where most of Saka and Martinelli's work gets done. So we'll see. I hope it clicks and it turns on. I want Odegaard to absolutely rip Szoboszlai, and we'll see what happens.
Endo's going to clatter him, mate. Endo's going to
100% is going to come, but
lift
I can see if he actually switches on, which he hasn't been for a while. I can see it. I can see the midfield like causing problems for you more than us, if you get what I mean. Yeah. Like you lot are more defensively sound, but if that's off, we'll beat you. Yeah. Whereas your midfielders are not as attacking as ours, if you get what I mean. So it could cause you problems.
Well, I mean, I already prefer Rice against probably both of our midfielders from certain times this season. Szoboszlai and McAllister, or Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. But they can turn on. They can just turn on. I believe they've got the talent. Sometimes it doesn't just look quite right. But obviously they're new players playing together for the first time. And they're only like 10, 15 games in, maybe, playing together. And it's never really the same three.
No, it should be a good game.
Especially with McAllister.
I just want to see a good game in it.
Exactly.
No one gets injured, but I want to see a good game.
Against you, we got 11 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses in the past few years.
That tells a good story if you look at it from our side, in terms of like overall looking at it. Not if you look at the Anfield stats.
Yeah,
it's just bad. It's not even any wins.
Yeah, I can see a long time. I can see another draw in this. I can see cancelling each other out, which probably wouldn't be the worst result in the world. But again, it would be nice to just take all 3 points. Of course.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm hoping for. But a draw, I'll take a draw. I'd take a draw now, innit? Because it's a point, innit, at Anfield. Yeah. I know we can get beat 4-5-0 there, innit? So I'll take a point now if you offered it to me, innit? Yeah. But if I'm going for it and not being offered anything, we have to go for the win.
Yeah. You have to, of course, if you want to win Prems, like you're saying. But I mean, the important thing in certain times with these games is not getting beat as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already beat City at home, so you can afford to lose against City and it not actually mean anything because you've taken points off each other, the same amount. Yeah. If you draw, again, they've only got 1 point off you in the season. So it's like,
it's true.
The home form is important. That definitely sets you up in these big games. And it just means that whenever you play them away, it's not the end of the world if you lose.
No.
Because you've already taken points off them.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. 2-2. You've said 3-2. Let's see what happens, mate. It's going to be a wicked game.
I think it'll be very
It'll
good.
be a wicked game.
It should be good.
Next game and final game we've got here on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Wolves at home against Chelsea.
I have gone for a slight upset, although you might not call it an upset because Wolves are playing at home.
Yeah.
But I've gone for Wolves to beat Chelsea 2-1. I just think Chelsea don't really have, like, they're starting to play all right in it. They're doing well against like very poor teams. But when they do come up against decent teams at top 6, then they match in it.
Yeah.
But Wolves are kind of one of them teams where it's like they're not really down in the dumps, but they're not brilliant.
Chelsea would expect to beat them.
Do you get it? So it's Chelsea should just expect to beat them and just turn up. And I think it might cause them a problem because Wolves should be up for it. So I reckon one of those little weird... They might even try a couple of changes, Chelsea, just to try and see like different players in different positions. I think it could go wrong for them. That's why I've gone for that.
Chelsea have got the squad to do so, but it's the how they work together, how it blends together when you're adding all these players. Because Chelsea have probably got a better squad than most teams.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? As in the amount of options
player for
that
player.
they have, and the potential in those players as well. But it's just how they come together in the starting 11. But I think it'll be to good use that they use their squad. I'm going with the opposite result to you, 2-1 Chelsea.
Fair enough.
Wolves are a good team as well. We've said multiple times this season that they've put in wicked performances against good teams, just been unlucky with results and maybe some other decisions. Disappointing result last time out against West Ham, getting battered really. They're back at home, which again could be a massive advantage.
Yes.
Like I was saying, could be
that's what I think,
a catalyst for your 2-1 result.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go with opposite.
Fair enough.
I think Chelsea should have more, like we're saying.
They should. I'm going for an upset.
Especially rotating the squad around. And if they have a couple of players that just step up and just take it.
Sterling, Cole Palmer,
like Palmer has been.
Yeah.
Some other players step up. You never know.
True. It's very true.
Yeah. But that's it.
That's game week, mate.
Game week 18 done. Thank you for joining us again. Lovely hosting you.
Yeah.
We'll see you again soon. Hope you stay safe, take care, and have a good one.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day and see you all again soon.